Hey, good morning, folks. It's Greg Trainer and Mike Hudson for the Accessible Hunter podcast. And this morning, we're joined with Daniel Burns from the Nevin's Hunting Friends. Um, Daniel, how you doing this morning, man?
Doing well. How you doing today?
Doing good. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to join us. And I got to say, that's one of the best backdrops I've ever seen on our podcast. You got some beautiful animals behind you.
Yeah, that's actually those were taken by Nevin and his brother. So I'd like to take credit for it, but there's none of them are mine.
That's something to wake up to in the morning and get to see every day. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. Daniel, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit and tell us a little bit about your background and about how you started Nevin's Hunting Friends?
Well, my name is Dan Burns. I'm actually Nevin's dad. Um, he come up with the organization name back in 2014 due to a misfortune of somebody passing away. So just to get you back to, I'll take you back to 2013 when this was all thought of. Nevin has rheumatoid arthritis. He was diagnosed at 3 years old. So crappy rainy days are his worst enemy. Right. So he just sits around and doesn't do too much of nothing. But at 3 years old, we figured it out when he was trying to walk. He kept falling down. And now he's got arthritis in his feet and his knees, his ankles, and all that in his hands. So he's having, been brought up with a tough upbringing from the get-go. So, I've always been a hunter since I've been in Pennsylvania. And I hunted since I was 16 years old. And, it's a passion of mine. And he always went with me, and at that time, you had to be over 7 years old for the rules in PA to go hunting. So he used to follow me around and go in the blind with me and sit on my lap and just watch the deer with me and do turkey and whatnot. So he had the passion for it. So when his birthday's in January, so he wasn't able to go deer season the October before because he wasn't 7 years old yet. So his first hunt was actually going to be a turkey hunt, which will be at the late April, 2 months after his seventh birthday. So he was very gung ho to go, and so I signed him up for a handicap special needs hunt through a church. They take kids out specifically, and that was the spring of 2013. So we went there, had the hunt, and he was unsuccessful. So at the luncheon, we're sitting there, and there's about 40 kids there that were just, wheelchair patients and crutches and different braces and stuff like that. Some other kids had heart issues, lung issues, and whatnot. But there was about 40 there, and we went inside for lunch. In PA, you can only hunt till noon for spring turkey. So went in for lunch and, enjoying some fellowship. And Nevin's outside playing. And I see him sitting at the picnic table with a lady in a wheelchair and a young fella in some crutches. So he's sitting there. So I go outside and I asked him, I said, "You all right?" And he says, "My legs hurt." He says, I can't keep up. So he said, "I just sit here with my friends and it just enjoy the day." So we're sitting there doing some fellowship, and the lead pastor comes up to me and he says, "We're going to invite you back for deer season since he was unsuccessful for turkey." I said, "Oh, that's great. Pretty cool." And so I go over there and I tell Nevin, "We're going to get ready to go." I said, "They're going to bring you back for deer season since you didn't get a turkey." And he's all good. So we're coming home, and about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I hit deer on the way home. And he says, "Man," he says, "those things are everywhere." I said, "Well, yeah, you'll be able to hunt there in October. We'll try to get you a deer." He's all good. So, go through the summer months and, having fun, going fishing, doing what we do. And we go out there for deer season, and Nevin harvests his first deer. He got a doe. So, he was all happy, all good to go. So at the end of that day, they said, "Hey, we feel bad. We want to get you a turkey. So come back for in 2014, the spring of 2014, and we'll get you a turkey. So he's all ready to go. So, you know, we have all the holidays and everything. And January, I get a phone call from the lead pastor, and he said that the landowner passed away, that they're going to cancel the turkey hunt. So I said, "Oh boy, Nevin's going to be a little bit, upset about it, but we'll work through it, and I can take him, no big deal." So we're sitting there, and then one day, Nevin says to me, he says, "Dad, we're not going out there for that turkey hunt." He says, "Why don't we take the kids?" And I said, "Nevin, what kids you want to take?" He says, "Well, we'll take the kids that were at the turkey hunt and the deer hunt." And I looked at him and I said, "Nevin, you're out of your mind." I said, "We have no means to take 40 kids out hunting." And he says, "No," he says, "I want to take my friends." I said, "What do you mean you want to take your friends?" He says, "I want to take the kids at the picnic table. Those are my friends." So talked it over with my wife, talked it over with Nevin, some family members, and we decided to go ahead and do it. And since he wants to take his friends, we called it Nevin's Hunting Friends. And the rest is history. We took out, in that fall of 2014, we took out 5 kids, and all 5 got a deer.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been going strong ever since, Nevin, and after that, we created the nonprofit organization, got together with the state, got, all the rules and regulations to do that. And we've been going strong ever since. And as of, this year, we take out 20 kids at a time with a bunch of volunteers, a bunch of help. And, we take them out deer hunting and turkey hunting, but we take them out pheasant hunting, fishing, do different trout fishing, walleye fishing, as much as we can, just to get them out in the outdoors. So, he came up with it when he was 8 years old, and we ran with it. Some people thought we were crazy. Some people said, "Okay, you're doing a good job," and we don't have any activity now, because we try to get them out there, and just try to improve every day and put a smile on a kid's face. And then now Nevin's 17, so he's aged out of the youth program in Pennsylvania. So now he's becoming an administrator. So now he doesn't say it, but I can see it in his face that he knows, look what I created. And it just hits him, so.
Right.
It's just amazing that he has such compassion for other people that he would suggest that and start this whole organization to help so many other people. I'm really impressed with that.
Yeah, I mean, he just, I think at the time, he was just a 8-year-old boy. Hey, let's go out in the woods. I don't care what it takes. Let's take a couple kids. Oh, well, and now I think he's, hey, I had an idea, but I didn't realize what that idea was. And now it's grown into we've taken over 235 kids out in the last 8 years.
Right.
That's amazing. I mean, that's a big number to take that many children out in Pennsylvania. You're located just a little bit north of me in Beaver County. Is that correct?
I'm northern Butler County.
Northern Butler. I don't know why I was thinking Beaver. I got a little confused on that, but that's awesome. And you use the farmers around your area, or what's your primary hunting area, and like how do you work with the local landowners?
Well, we go up to north of here. There's a little town up the road, and we have 5 of the landowners that are close the property off for Youth Day in PA, which is 3rd weekend in October. And we take them, doe hunting. So each kid is required to have their own license and doe permit to go. That's the only requirement that they were supposed to have for our organization. We can't buy that for them. We can reimburse them, but they have to go take their hunter safety class. They have to get their doe tags. I mean, that's the PA law. We can't go against that. But once they get that, if they need anything else, then we will supply it for them.
That's amazing. Pennsylvania is so hunter friendly. I mean, I see that we're doing a lot more now than we ever did to get individuals out. So we're talking about Pennsylvania and how hunter friendly it is, and I think the Game Commission's trying to do a good job getting people out with mentored hunts and things, and working with organizations like you and the red tags for farms. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with that. You want to talk a little bit about the red tag program?
Red tag program is for helping the farmers out with their crop damage. You can look on the PA Game Commission website to see a listing of the farms in your area. Or if you go by a farm, it'll say deer control area with a red tag. Then you're able to ask the farmer for a voucher and then go to your local licensing agent that you prefer and get a license to harvest a antlerless only at their farm. So they're check them out. They're help the farmer out. They allow everybody to go hunting on their property, but when they need help, they don't get it. So go help a farmer because it's a pretty nice thing to do. We take some kids out there. I think we've taken out 5 already. Season starts in mid-August and ends in mid-September.
And you just can't beat good venison, good doe meat, and I'm sure that feeds a lot of families. And a few weeks ago we had hunters sharing the harvest on the podcast, and I don't know if you ever participate in any of that with some of the people that you work with to donate meat, but that's a great program as well.
Yeah, it's a good program.
Dan, what do you have coming up here in October, and how do you get ready for the season? What's your year-long process? I know hunting season's short, but you work all year long on this program. What's some of the things you do to get ready?
Yeah, we're busy. We at the end of your hunting season calendar year is June 30th. So July 1st, everybody's got to get their license and all that stuff. So we actually start clean up into end of June, and we get people to sign up on our website, returning hunters and whatnot, and sign up for it. So we get everybody ready. We got to get landowner, permission slips, from all of them. We got to stay on the legal side. And then we start the red tagging in September, or August and then September. And then we do goose hunting, which opens up September 1st here in PA. Some dove hunting. And then the first week of October, actually this year it's September 30th, first day of archery season for Pennsylvania. So some of the kids may decide to go archery hunting, but that's actually adult time for here. Nevin and myself and his brother will go to Illinois and hunt for youth season out there, and then come back here and then do the deer hunt in October, third weekend in October. And then after that, we usually take out some other kids, during deer season. If they're not able to make it, we can, adjust our schedules and take them out. And then January, we start pheasant hunting. We take all the kids to a pheasant farm and do a pheasant hunt. And then after that would be turkey season. And then we got walleye fishing, trout season in there. So there's a lot to go, plus, most of us got to work every day. So it's kind of tough to fit that in the schedule. But we try our best, and, I can't do it all myself, so I have a team of 16 people, 16 board members that help me out with the organization. And then we have 80 volunteers. So, I have to keep track of all of them, get all their paperwork in for the year, get all their clearances in for the year. So it takes a lot of office time, a lot of downtime, and then, we have to get camp ready for the different seasons and, make sure all the bedding's washed and, all that stuff. And just to have the kids up there. So it is a long process, a long season. It never ends. And then as of right now, we're starting for our big fundraiser, which is coming up in March. That's how we survive. We're a 501c nonprofit, so we rely on fundraising. There's no cost to a kid if they want to, come in and go on a hunt. Whether they go on one hunt or whether they go on many hunts, it doesn't matter. Everything is covered by our organization. So, but I wanted to bring up, there's a lot of organizations across the country, Hunt of a Lifetime, different individual starting organizations, and they will offer a child a hunt of their dreams or hunt of a lifetime or whatever they want to call it. And then they take that child on that hunt, whether they're successful or not. That's probably the last time they see them. They say, thank you. They film it, do whatever, put it on the person's hunting show or whatever. And that's the last time they see them. But our organization, when you join our organization for the youth program, which is ages 7 to 17 in Pennsylvania, no matter what age you join, you are in our organization until you age out of the program at 17. So we've had some kids start at 7, and they've been with us for 10 years. So in those 10 years, we are more of an educational group. We teach them the safety concept, hunting concept, and just teach them different aspects of hunting, trapping, fishing, that some of the parents, not to be rude, but they don't know how to do it. If you come from an urban area, they don't know, they know what hunting and fishing is, but they don't know how to teach a child to hunt or fish. I mean, yes, you can go out there, load the gun, shoot. You have no idea what you're shooting at, how to shoot it, proper education, how to shoot it. Same with fishing. Go out there and throw a lure on your hook, on your fishing rod and throw it in the water. Now what do I do? You know what I mean? People don't know that. You have to educate these kids and teach them proper safety. Safety is the number one goal. If it ain't safe, don't do it. I mean, that's our number one thing. We have kids in our organization that, run around, act like normal kids, but they got an injury or a health problem inside their body. Nobody can see it. Some people, to the extreme, are in chairs. That's the extreme where everybody can see they have a problem. There's kids out there that have issues that, they go to school, you got a medical issue, now nobody talks to them. They're all by themselves. So what we do is we get them in there and they actually become family. The kids, they stay with one another. They talk to one another, text, everybody's on their phones nowadays. So, everybody talks to one another, and the parents keep in touch, like at the end of fishing season and trout season this year for at the turkey hunt, people are saying, hey, when's the deer hunt? They're already looking forward to the next event, where if you go to a school, they don't talk to nobody. They're not worried about next day, let alone 3 months from now. And, that we kind of were giving the kids, our motto is put a smile on their face, whatever it takes. So if you put a smile on a kid's face, you take them out deer hunting or turkey hunting, even though they don't get anything, you put that smile on their face. That smile ain't been on their face in months. Because of their home life or their school life or whatever, So what we're doing is trying to do that, put a smile on their face. And that's our goal. So, harvest is second special. If you get a harvest, you're automatically going to get a smile. You got to pry it off with pliers, to get the smile off the kid's face. So, but that's extra special. But, knowing that, a 8-year-old boy started this, is extra special. So.
Sounds like you're changing a lot of minds out that way, man.
Yeah, we're trying to, we have a new model. We got new logo and everything printed up. My wife made it up, and it's, taking a kid out and making memories one kid at a time. So, that's, that says it all right there, so.
Right. I really like the idea of providing a community for these children, up until age 17. That it's not just a one-time deer hunt, that you guys also concentrate on safety. You do turkey hunts, you do pheasant hunts, that you get to interact with these people on multiple occasions and
Yeah.
develop lifelong friendships. I think that's amazing. As
Yeah.
you said, a lot of organizations, it's a one-time hunt, which is great, gets those people out. But this is awesome. This is the first time I've heard of an organization that you can go on multiple trips,
Yeah.
Right.
really get to know that individual. So
Yeah.
that's definitely different, Daniel.
Yeah. I mean, we send them on there's an average of 8 to 10 activities a year that these kids go on. So, a lot of people send them on one. We send them on 8 to 10 a year. And if they're with us for 10 years, you got 80 to 100 trips. The child will probably never, ever be able to do 80 trips after 17. So we try to make the most of it. Plus, we send them on a dream hunt after their age of 12. So in addition to that. So,
Wow.
yeah, this past season, we sent 6 kids out of state on buck hunts. And 5 out of 6 got a deer, a large deer. And we sent a young lady down to Florida, and she ended up getting a 7.5-foot alligator.
So you mentioned that your organization takes care of all the funding.
That's
Even
correct.
on those out of state hunts, you do that as well.
Yep.
I'm assuming other organizations. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we take care of their costs.
Fantastic.
So, I mean, we do have a lot of nice people out there that will discount or donate a hunt to a kid, which we
Sure.
greatly appreciate that. We don't expect it. But, if the kid wants to go, say they want to go Illinois, everybody wants to go to Illinois and get a big buck. So we'll find a guide to service out there, and we'll send them out there. And, the parents have to get them there. That's one of our rules. We don't fly nobody. Everybody stays on the ground. Same as hunting. We don't put anybody in tree stands. Everybody stays on the ground, and just make the best of it. So, but we got a pretty high success rate. Over the last 7 years, it's over 90% for their
Wow.
season. So deer hunting, it's not odd to find 19 out of 20, 18 out of 20. Same thing with turkey season. Turkey season is a little bit tougher, because there's not as many birds as deer out there. But they're still out there. I think this past year we got 3 out of 10. I mean, so the odds are lower, but still there's a lot of birds out there. Everybody saw birds. Just if the collar cooperated and the turkey cooperated, it's a little bit tougher to do.
And these are free range hunts for the most part.
Yep,
So
all free range. Yep, all in PA free range hunts.
When you're talking about those types of success rates, that's amazing. I mean, you guys are putting in the time scouting. You're doing everything right. You're getting people out, and I just commend you and all your volunteers and your board members. That's amazing. Daniel, what can people do to help? How can they contact you to donate or to get involved with your organization? How can people help you?
Well, everybody can do everything on our website. It's nevinshuntingfriends.com. Pretty simple. It's long worded, but it's pretty simple. You can volunteer on there, sign up for a volunteer. You can sign a kid up. You can donate. You can keep alert for our next fundraiser coming up. We do have some small fundraisers that we do kind of mid-year just to, keep everybody on the same page. And, but the most important thing is just to get a kid out there. Whether you're just taking them in a backyard pond or just taking them out in a car ride,
Right.
let them look at wildlife. It kind of will change you. So, I mean, just get a kid in the outdoors, get them off the couch, get them off the chair, playing those video games, get them outside. I mean, if you're stuck on video games, maybe try putting a fishing game on your phone. Get them interested in fishing. Man, I'd like to try that in real life. That might be able to get them out there and enjoy the wildlife. When we first started this, we only had 5 kids, and with Nevin being one of them. So 4 kids in Nevin, and all 5 of them got that deer the first year. The smile on their face is just unbelievable. And we know how kids are these days. They're always cooped up in the house, not doing nothing. Get them outside, get them in the outdoors. So you can check out the website, and then to top it all off, put an icing on a cake. We video everything. as far as taking a kid out there. So, when a kid's in a blind, you got the hunter and the parent sitting there, and then we got a guide, and then we have a cameraman. So the cameraman just sitting back, he's filming everything, filming their hunts. And first we started out, the first couple of years, we gave the kids a CD of their hunt. Well, now, CDs are extinct, nobody does that anymore. So we come up with a new idea to film it, and let's see if we can put it on the internet. So we put it on YouTube, started it on YouTube page, and everybody was good, got a bunch of views. And now we film everything, and they have the first TV show in America called NHF TV, which airs on Fridays in April to May on the Hunt Channel. So we take it up above and beyond. We treat them like pros, make them feel like they're wanted, basically, and let them just view it so the whole world can see, and then if you're stuck on the couch, let's watch NHF TV on the television.
Right.
So, they like it. So it's pretty cool. We're getting ready for season 4 of the past hunts this year we're doing, and we're going strong. So
sounds like you guys are doing a fantastic job. You hit the nail on the head. It's about getting out of your head and getting out of your home. Don't let that injury or whatever ailments you got slow you down or stop you. But man,
That's
you guys
correct.
are doing fantastic. I told Greg, we see some different organizations around, but it's unique to hear that you guys have so many opportunities, and it's pretty much their entire youth that they can. That's fantastic, Dan.
Yeah, 7 to 17. The one thing that I tell people, we go around to different shows every year just to try to promote kids, try to pick up, other kids, volunteers, and whatnot. And the deer behind me, we'll actually take and we put in a big booth, and I'll tell people, hey, you ever get a big buck like one of them up there? And they'll say, oh, no, we didn't. I'll say, you see them kids right, that buck right there? That was taken by a special needs kid. Don't ever say you can't do it, because it can be done, and there's proof right there that you can do it.
Right.
That's the way to motivate people and let them know that there are opportunities out there.
Yeah.
If you're willing to take the chance, and sometimes it's very scary to take that chance to get a kid that doesn't realize they can do it, that thinks it's so difficult, but you guys show them it's possible, and you give people hope, and I commend you for that. One of the things we always say is, no matter how you get there. And once people get out and realize it's possible, it's definitely a game changer.
Yep.
Well, Dan, we sure appreciate you having time to talk with us today. I know you're busy. Just by talking with you, I can tell you're working year round on everything. So thank you so much.
This afternoon we actually got a show in at the farm show in Butler. So I got to be in there this afternoon, and we're still doing our thing, and we're still working full time. So it's it's tough. You got to rearrange your schedules and go for it, But like I said, don't let nobody ever tell you can't do it. And the only time you're going to be able to say that is when you're not on the earth. So just to add to the little thing, last year when we went red tag hunting, we took a paraplegic, completely paralyzed from his neck down, and had a accessible system attached to his wheelchair that he could blow into his mouth.
Right.
So there is devices out there that you can use to go hunting, even though the people say you can't.
Right.
We took that fellow out last year, and he shot and harvested a deer during red tag season. You can see that on our Facebook page, on our website. You can see all that. We also took a completely blind gentleman out last year, and he has the same system with a monitor that his guide put on there, and the young fellow pulled the trigger. So anybody can do it. Don't let nobody out there tell you can't. Prove yourself wrong. Don't let nobody else prove you wrong.
Right. That's the biggest thing, Dan's never let that disability or whatever get in your way.
That's
the
right.
most irritating thing is a closed mind. Me and Greg both use that same type sip and puff trigger mechanism. You're right. There's technology out there where there's a will, there's a way. And I just want to say too, thank you very much for taking the extra time. I know you're a very busy man. Um, Being able to hear more about organizations and share more, be able to see more and more people on the go, it just allows us, as hunters, as disabled advocates, as fathers, brothers, see more and more opportunity for us to continue to give. And I just want to commend you again. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, and you make sure you tell Nevin we're rooting for him.
Yeah, good deal. I will.
Yes, sir.
Well, stay in touch, Dan. Let us know how your season goes, and if we can do anything else to help your organization, you got all of our contact information. You just let us know.
Yeah, just the word of mouth. Spread the word.
Yeah.
Word can get down the hill faster than you can get on there with a phone. I've proven that. So, just spread the word, and that's all we ask for.